I'm going to show you guys how to make a stromboli using your air fryer. I made it last week and we really enjoyed it, so I thought I would share the recipe with you. As always, links for everything I'm using today will be in the description. Let's get started. First, I'm going to go ahead and get our cheese all shredded up. I need a cup of mozzarella and a cup of Parmesan. For the mozzarella, I'm going to be using our coarse cheese grater. I'm going to be adding it into the small batter bowl. It goes up to 4 cups, but I only need a cup of the mozzarella. That's perfect. Next is the Parmesan, and I'm going to be using the fine grater for this one. Kind of turns the Parmesan into snow, and I think it looks so pretty. Now you're just going to toss them together. If you don't want to grate your own cheese, that's okay. You can go ahead and buy pre-grated cheese. Once you've got your cheese all ready to go, it's time to roll out the dough. I'm going to be using our pastry mat for the dough. I like that it has measurements on it so I can roll it out and then cut it to the size I need. Before I put the pastry mat down, I get a wet rag and I just wipe off my counter. And then I wipe the back of the pastry mat. This helps it stick to the countertop perfectly and it doesn't slide around. To help make the recipe even quicker, you can go ahead and buy a pop can of pizza crust or you can make your own. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on the pastry mat. The recipe calls for you to roll your pizza dough out to 16 by 10. I'm actually going to roll mine longer. When I made it last week, if you have your crust too thick when you roll it up, it doesn't cook properly. So I'm going to try and roll it out as thin as I can, and then I'll cut it down to size. Just want to try to center it on your mat before you start rolling. So we're going to be rolling it to 16 by 10. So 16 this way and 10 this way, and we're going to cut it right down the middle. So one side is 8 inches and the other side's 8 inches, 8 by 10, 8 by 10. The air fryer trays are 10 inches long and 8 inches wide, so these will fit nicely on them. So I've gone ahead and rolled mine out. It's a lot bigger than what it's supposed to be, so I'm going to cut that down first and then I'm going to cut it in half. So it needs to be 10 inches this way, and mine is about 13. So I'm going to go ahead and try my best to stay on the 5 here and cut that one. And same with down here. And then for 16, I'm going to stay on the 8. Same on the other side. And now right down the middle. So you have your 2 strombolis. We're going to start by sprinkling them with Italian seasoning. I'm going to be making 2 pepperoni strombolis. So I'm going to be putting pepperoni on first. The recipe calls for about 20 pepperonis each. You can fill it up with 20 or more. Keep in mind when you're putting it on, you want to leave an edge. You're going to be rolling this up and you're going to seal the ends and you're going to be sealing the bottom of it as well. Once you have your pepperoni all laid out, you're going to take your cheese and cover them both evenly. Now we're going to roll them up. We're going to start with the shorter end. And just roll it all the way down. Once you reach the end, you're going to pinch the seam as best you can closed. And then for the ends, again, just try and pinch them to seal them up. If you feel like you have a lot of extra dough on one end, you can always just cut a little bit off. You don't want to have too much because it takes longer for that part to cook. You're going to do the same thing with your second one. Once you have them sealed, you're going to take a sharp knife and make 5 slits on top of both of them. And then sprinkle Italian seasoning on top. I've already gone ahead and cut a piece of parchment paper to fit the air fryer tray. Now we're just going to give it a quick little spritz of oil. You're going to place the strombolis on seasoned side down. We're going to slide them in. I don't put it on the bottom rack. I do one slot up For this, we're gonna be selecting the bake setting, and we're gonna change the time to 14 minutes. Now when it beeps at the halfway point, we're gonna pause it and flip them over. We've hit the halfway point, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause. We're gonna flip them over. Start it back up. Time is up. I find the easiest way to serve it up is to slice it in rings and serve it with some warm pizza sauce on the side. All right, guys, I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.